Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, so today I'm going to, first of all, let me discuss about the 26th January one. So, what is the case? Actually, there is one lawyer, who is coming, and there's this virtual fair we are going to attend. So, not all of you, but those who want to participate, they can write down their questions regarding the Constitution. Okay, if any doubts you have regarding the Constitution, and you have to.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Shumaila, me and Tabish's questions are ready, ma'am.
Yeah.
If you
Okay.
wanna add more,
Okay. So do one thing. How many questions have you written? All three of you. Have you counted?
I have written 5. Tabish has written 2, and
Okay.
let me check how much Shumaila has.
Okay. So just
Shumaila has written 10.
okay. She has written 10. Okay. Great. Then this much are more than enough. So do one thing. Just click a picture of those questions and just send it to me on WhatsApp. So I'll just have a look.
I'll forward you the messages, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. You can do that. Okay. So this was the only thing. So the link and everything I will be forwarding you. Okay, on Wednesday. The time is not yet confirmed, but as soon as I get to know it, I will tell you. Okay, it will be morning time only. This time, almost from 10 to 1, any time between it. So as soon as I get to know it, I will tell you. Okay. No one else, I guess, is participating. Okay, no problem. I checked your papers, and to my disappointment, I found that there were certain answers that were directly copied from Wikipedia. So I'm not going to reveal the names. You know who you are. So literally there was a copy paste from Wikipedia to the Google form, and you think that I will not come to know. I have been through the same phases that you have been. See, that day I could have asked you to turn on your videos. Some of your videos were not on, so I could have asked you, but you have to be honest to yourself. I guess you were old enough to understand that whatever you perform in the exam, it is for yourself. You have to be loyal to yourself. You're not cheating me, you're cheating yourself, you're cheating your parents and their hard work. So I'm not going to take any name here, but the action will be on your marks. So I'm not going to speak anything much on that, but I'm really disappointed. I did not expect this out of this class, at least in especially in compound and complex sentences, and then in certain question answers as well. Like, it's ditto copy paste. So how can you think that you can fool a teacher? You cannot fool me. I have been through same stages of yours. I might be just few years elder than you, but I have been through those stages. So then at least if you are copying, at least copy smartly. You're copying in a way you're trying to fool the teacher that you're copying from the Wikipedia. But anyway, whichever way you copy, I will get to know it, because I know which student can write how much. I know your capabilities by now. Okay, so be ready for your marks. When you get your marks, you will just get to know it. And you are old enough to understand that you should not repeat this again. If next time this is repeated, I was not going to give marks to those students, but Shavana ma'am told me to give marks for the parts where you have not copied. I think the whole paper must be copied, but still, this time I'm not going with that. I'm going to give you some certain marks so you can at least pass or not. I don't know. Let's see. But next time, if this happens, I'm going to put a straight 0. And English is not that tough. Come on. Okay. So now we will continue. Just a second.
Ma'am, one question.
Yes.
Like we got it from ma'am, the message about the ADV Ajay Michael Korea is joining, and
Yes.
underneath that there was register here for your certificates and link open to all students from grade 6 to 10. What should we do?
Okay, you have got that message?
Yeah, then we have a link underneath that https.
The time is written there. Is the time written there?
Wednesday at 11 a.m. IST.
Okay, okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, fine, fine. Even I have got it. Sorry, I did not notice it. It was there in my WhatsApp group. Yeah. So 11 a.m. the time is. Okay, so you have to just join through that link. Okay, it is a free webinar for students.
Okay, yeah.
So just join through the link.
Huh.
Okay, and I will be, just do one thing. I will be guiding you throughout, in the chat box. Okay, when to ask, when not to ask. So just keep looking at your chat box at that time. Okay, and tomorrow I am having a meeting. So if I get more clearance on this, I will let you know. I will guide you accordingly. Okay. All the
Okay,
messages to be passed on, I will just send it to Shiza. So then both of you, Tabish and Shumela, you can just consult her. Okay, you can just ask her what I have told her. Okay, so now we are going to start with this. Yes. Yes, Shiza, please read it.
Ma'am,
yes.
will it
Ma'am.
be from like 11 o'clock to 12, 1 hour?
The time I will confirm and let you know, Tabish. I am also not sure about the time. 11 a.m. is written, but till when it is, I am not sure. Okay.
I'll
Yes.
start reading, ma'am.
Yes.
Flood. The rain fell all night, beating on roofs as dark and haunched as hills, cascading uncontained into the street in wind-curved waterfalls. All night the rain fell, kept falling. This morning the streets a river. Cars founder and sink while buses crawl laden as ocean liners.
Okay.
Uh,
Just a second, please wait. Okay. So basically, this poem, this chapter is all about natural calamities. Okay, different natural calamities as we were discussing that day. Looking at the pictures, be it a earthquake, be it a flood, okay, be it a tsunami or a tornado or any storm that comes. Okay, it might be a snowstorm or it might be a water storm. So there are different types of natural calamities that happen, and that day even we were discussing that somewhere or the other we humans are responsible for these natural calamities, because we are unknowingly or intentionally we are just harming the nature, being the reason the nature is responding to us in these ways, through these natural calamities. So this poem is about a flood. Okay, flood is basically, you all know it, when there is a lot of water and the oceans can't retain that water, they just give it away, and then everywhere around your house and everywhere there is just water, and there's no way where water can seep off. So this is the reason excess water will cause flood. So the rain fell all night. Okay, the rain was falling all night, beating on roofs. So, when the raindrops fall, there is this sound they make. So that sound, by that sound, they are meaning beating on roofs. So, when, for example, if somebody is beating on your roof or somebody is doing something on your roof, okay, if somebody, for example, there is a roof on your open terrace, and from the main terrace, somebody is throwing a ball or something. So there will be surely a beating sound, right? So the same way they are talking about the raindrops, that they are making a beating sound on the roof, as dark and hunched as hills. So hunched is, when you sit this way, when you bend and sit, that is hunching. So it is very dark because it is raining, all the clouds are there are very dark clouds, and hunched as hills, escading uncontained into the street in wind curved waterfalls. Okay, so now this is escading, right? Yeah. Okay, cascading, that is. Okay, sorry. Cascading uncontained into the street in wind curved waterfalls. So now when there is a lot of rain which is falling, so what will happen now? There is one, either some people, they save water. So what do? There are direct pipes from the terrace that go into the underwater groundwater, and it recharges the groundwater. But sometimes it is not possible, so the water is just allowed to flow, and that is complete wastage of water. How many of you have these pipes which, convert the rainwater into groundwater and it saves it? Any one of you has it? Or what do you do in rainy seasons when there is a lot of rain? This, we are talking about flood, but when there is a lot of rain, what do you all do? Like, do you all put a bucket? Some people do put a bucket on their terrace, just to save the rainwater, and then they can use it later on. Especially in the places where there is water scarcity. There is, water scarcity, and they want water. So what can they do? The drinkable water is not much, so they just preserve the rainwater and then they use it for different activities. Yes, why are your videos off, Advait? Ayan?
Ma'am, we take out everything from our gallery and then just nothing happens. We don't do anything.
Okay, that's great. Okay. So some people, they do save water. Even I, like personally, if I tell you, even I don't save it, but yeah, there is this pipe at my home, directly from the terrace. It just seeps directly into the groundwater. So that recharges our groundwater. Okay, what is the meaning of cascading? So certain words where you cannot underline, where you cannot understand, please underline it. Cascading is, when it is raining a lot. Okay, so in very huge quantity, it is running downwards. Okay, so here we are talking about water. So cascading uncontained into the street. So now it is just flowing in the street because nobody is saving it. And of course, there is so much of rain that a flood is about to come. So in those conditions, nobody is worried about preserving water. Everybody is, worried about how you should preserve everything that is at home, that is at your home. So, nothing is flown away in the water. Okay. Uncontained into the street in wind curved waterfalls. All night, the rain kept falling. So it's raining throughout. The poet is saying that it was raining throughout the whole night. And this morning, the streets a river. So now the street has become a river because, there is water all around. So in the street also there is water all around. So water is not getting the space to seep and pass away. So now the street has become a river. Cars founder and sink while buses crawl laden as ocean liners. So cars found the people who drive cars, they have found that their cars have sink. What will happen if you have parked your cars in the street and there is a lot of rainfall? What will happen? What is the ultimate thing that you will see when you wake up in the morning? Yes, anyone? come on, quick.
What, ma'am?
When there is when it is raining throughout the night, what will happen in the morning? Like, what will happen to your cars, especially?
Ma'am, it will be full of water, like outside the car.
Yes, and it might be possible that your
Leaking.
cars won't work also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the thing that has happened with all the transports there, even the bus and the cars. Okay, what I forgot to tell you the meaning of uncontained. Uncontained means it's not bound anywhere. Okay, for example, it's something is kept inside a container. Okay, so it is contained. For example, sugar is contained into that box or into that jar. But whenever it is not contained in four walls, so that is uncontained, because water is not flowing through buckets or any pipes, so that is uncontained. Water is just falling down and it is just seeping in, so cascading uncontained into the street. Okay, just a second. Yeah, so any word that you don't understand, please keep on asking me. Even hunched, I told you, hunched is just like the bent position. Okay, so heels are hunched, they are not just straight up, they are hunched. Okay, yes. Tabish?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please continue. Raise bow waves.
Race balls are so swollen they break, booming across the pavement. Where tossed at the tide's rising mark, seaweed tangles to litter, and under the hedges and gates, fish shoal in the gleaming shallows, and further out to the channel, marked by wave-swept traffic lights. Dolphins leap lampposts, and whales surge and sound in the deep road.
Okay. So what did you understand from this? Yes, anyone? So there are, usually the poet is saying that as it is water all around, there are waves. Okay, and the wave pavement is the path you walk on. I hope you know what is the pavement. Pavement is a path that you walk on. So, for example, in foreign countries, there are two different lanes. One for the cyclists, the people who cycle, and one for the other people who use two wheelers and three wheelers or four wheelers. So what is it saying? That raised bow waves so swollen that they break. So now here usually it's not necessary that everything has to be practical. Some lines are metaphors, some lines are referring to personification. So this is the beauty of literature, as I always say. So it is described in such a way that it is not, if you think about it practically, it will not make any sense. So you have to understand what each line is meaning. So raise bow waves so swollen they break. So there are so huge waves. So now will waves ever break? Waves never break, right? So but still, what is written here, that there are so large waves, when they hit something, when a wave hits a wall, for example, so it will break, right? So this is what they mean here. Booming across the pavement. So even along the pavement, there are waves that are going. So even on the road, it is completely, the water is there. On the streets, the water is there. This is what happens in a flood. Where tossed at the tide's rising mark, seaweed tangles to litter. Okay, so whenever there is a flood or something like that, whenever the in a sea also the water level rises, so there is this mark. There is a mark on near the bridge or the pole there on the near the sea, that will tell you that if the water exceeds then it is a flood or it is dangerous to cross that bridge. I guess if you have seen this mark, usually when in the news also they show you that Usually when there is a lot of water, so in the seas, in the rivers, so there is this mark, tide rising mark. So when you see that the water is going above that mark, so then it is dangerous to cross that bridge, or then it is dangerous. Now the sea or the river will not retain water, it will throw it away. So now it's time to be ready for a flood. Have you seen those marks? Yes, do you know about those marks the poet is talking about? Why no one is speaking today?
I can't hear you properly.
Okay, I'm talking about the, please turn off your video if you can't hear me. Okay, so I'm talking about the tide rising marks. You know, there are certain marks near the river usually. So when the water level exceeds above that mark, so then it is understood that, you know, now you're not going to, the water is not going to get retained. Now the river will throw away that water. Usually even in dams, if you have been to dams, if you have been to dam areas, so you would have seen this mark. So when they see that now, you know, there is a lot of rainfall pouring in, and now the dam will not retain that water, then they open the gates of the dam. I don't know how many of you have seen dams, but here near my place, I have a dam here, like a bit far away. Even Tapi, if you have heard, Tapi is a place in Gujarat where there is a dam. Where are others? Why is everyone so quiet today? Yes, especially Advait. And are you all there or are you all sleeping?
Ma'am, we are there.
Okay. Sakib, Sayyad, are you all there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if you don't understand, please ask. This is for everyone. I don't want next time you all to just copy paste something from anywhere. The paper was not that difficult at all that you need to copy it. Okay. Okay. Seaweed tangles to litter. So what is a seaweed? Anyone here? What is a
I mean,
weed?
it's like
Yes.
a weed which grows in like on the bottom of the ocean floor.
Yes.
It's a type of, it's a plant which grows at the bottom of the sea.
Yes. And are those useful plants, or weed means a useful plant?
We can eat it.
Okay, you can eat weed.
We can eat it. There are different
Types of weed.
of seaweed as well.
Correct.
Wakame, then kombu.
Yes, correct. So there are different types of weed.
Ma'am, his voice is so breaking.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
breaks.
that's why I muted him. Okay, so weed is usually a, you know, plant that takes nutrition from the host plant, from the other plant. And if you know, at a place, for example, one tulsi plant is growing and there is a weed there, so if a weed grows there, so then that tulsi plant will die, because that weed plants usually take their nutrition from the other plant. Okay, so this is usually the basic property of weeds. That's why farmers also in a farm, when you know they go, so there are different types of weeds there. So if a weed grows, they don't allow it to grow, they just pluck it and throw it away, so that it doesn't hinder the growth of other plants growing there, the main crops. Okay, seaweed tangles to litter. Litter means kachra, right? So everything, when there is a lot of water everywhere around, what will happen, even the seaweeds are so much tangled in itself that they will convert into litter. Now it is no use of that, and it will flow away with the water because it is a flood. So in a flood you can see all this, right? So these are the different conditions, or these are the different things that happen during a flood. Okay, the last two paragraphs are yet left to explain. So today actually I have some work, so I'm ending up right now.
Is my voice still breaking
No,
or is it better?
No.
it's fine.
Ah, had to change my internet again.
Okay. So if any one of you plans afterwards to join the 26th January, webinar, so you can let me know on WhatsApp. Okay, so then see you tomorrow, and tomorrow we will continue with our life skills, and then on Wednesday we have a holiday, right? Okay, so this Thursday,
ma'am.
instead of public speaking, we will go with this poem. Or let's see. Let's do public speaking. What are we going to do? Let's see.
Ma'am, debate.
You want a debate?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. So you just, I will just put in the Google Classroom app, I will put a question there. So you just give me your ideas, all of you. Okay, which topic you want the debate to be on. Okay, and the best one I find, we will do a debate on that.
I want to do the weird one, the weird debate.
Okay.
Which
No,
wasn't a
they
debate
don't
at
tell
the
about the
beginning.
Super Sentais.
No, not that. I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about we weren't doing a debate. We were doing the speech, and then it turned to a debate.
Okay. So see you all tomorrow. Okay. So now I'm just ending up the class. So just put in your ideas in the Google Classroom app on debate. Okay. Bye bye everyone.
Bye, ma'am.